Hi everyone, welcome back to the Dividend Waterfall channel. As I get this account back up and running, I'm going to start to go over some of the holdings that I've been putting together for this account. I added $400 this morning because I had a little bit of extra money that had gains last week in my play swing / day trade account. So I put that $400 into here instead of just using it for that account. Right now I got 4 pies. The way I'm setting it up, I got blue chips, which they're not all blue chips, but they're all pretty established companies. They just are one of my primary holdings. Got monthly dividends. They all pay a monthly dividend, obviously. Dividend aristocrats. They're all dividend aristocrats. They've been paying dividends for at least 25 years and increasing their dividend. And then gamble. This pie is more or less just stock I like, or stock that have taken a beating, and I think there's still potential, but they've definitely taken a beating in the market. And for any of these stock in here, the only rule it is that I have for this account is it has to pay a dividend. So that's the only qualification. Now I do look for ones that consistently raise their dividends and pay dividends for over long track periods, which most of these are. But the main qualifier is it has to pay a dividend to own this company. So I won't have any startups or any new companies like your tech companies like Facebook or anything like that, because they don't pay a dividend, so I don't want them. In the blue chips, we got one of my favorites: Lowe's, Johnson & Johnson, Kimberly-Clark, Procter & Gamble, 3M. Now this is on the 1 quarter mark. 3M took a beating. It's down. I'm down 25%. They had a better earnings, but I'm not worried about it. I still feel confident about them paying a dividend. And the way I look at it is I get more shares cheaper. Shell, ExxonMobil, American Paint, HP Drilling, AbbVie, Lockheed Martin, AT&T, Omega Healthcare, Grainer, IBM, Hillebrand, Pittsburgh Plate Glass, I'm used to calling it Pittsburgh Plate Glass. It's PPG Industries. SCI, they do funeral homes. Coca-Cola, General Mills, Walgreens, and American Tower. They lease out cell phone towers. In my monthly dividends, these all pay a monthly dividend. One of my favorites, and that is Realty Company. Their slogan is known as the Dividend Company. I think it's the monthly dividend company. They've been paying a monthly dividend since their inception. Gain, Gladstone Investments. They're a business development company. I've done pretty well with them in my other accounts. Guggenheim Strategic Fund, SPHD. This is an ETF, one of the few ETFs I have in here. Basket of dividend paying, high dividend, low volatility stock. Shaw Communications, LTC Properties. They're a health REIT. They invest in healthcare properties and collect rent off it. Pembina Pipeline, EPR Properties, another REIT, and Stag Industrial. They all pay a monthly dividend, and I like monthly dividends because it compounds quicker. These are your dividend aristocrats. They've been paying a dividend for 25 years. Archer Daniels Midland, they're a food company. Universal Health REIT, McDonald's Corp, Old Republic. Some people joke Old Reliable with their dividend. Colgate Palmolive, Walmart, Edison, Consolidated Edison, McCormick, Pepsi, and Genuine Parts Company. These are all established companies. Most people have heard of all these, if not all of them, most of them. They're pretty well established and the least volatile probably out of all the stock I have in here. And then my gamble pie. Like I said, this is companies that they've been taking a beating, or that I just want, but they don't fall into anything else. Ford Motor Company, a big fan of Ford. They didn't do so well for me, and my other ones I've held since I think they were like $11 in my other accounts, but they're actually coming back now. But I'm a believer in the Ford product. Boeing, they've had that bad news, but I think they'll be just fine. MJ, they're a cannabis ETF. Got GE, they've taken a beating lately, and rightfully so, but I figure I'll take a chance with them. Core Point Lodging, they're a luxury REIT. Kraft Heinz, once again another company that's taken a tumble, but I don't know about the Kraft end of it, but I know at least around here people definitely love Heinz ketchup. Fun, Cedar Fairs, they own companies like Cedar Point, Kings Island, Kings Dominion. I like going to those places, and they pay a decent dividend. Land by Gladstone, they own farmland, and they pay, I believe it's a monthly dividend too, but it just didn't fall into where I was going to put that. This is more of like another gamble stock. Polaris Industries, I own Polaris quads. I like their product, and they've been paying a dividend for a while. And the last one that I skipped over first was the precious metal, because it's a pie within inside a pie. My opinion, I believe precious metals are kind of undervalued right now, and I believe the miners are as well. Now, this was actually a pre-made pie by M1, and I don't see it on here anymore. It seems they got rid of a lot of their industrial and specific sector pies, but it's still, they obviously didn't remove it from my account, but I don't think you can pre-select it anymore. But this is the only pre-selected pie that I have in my account that they called it their expert pies. And in the precious metal ones, they got Southern Copper Corporation, Newmont, Barrick Gold, Freeport, Franco-Nevada, Angelica Eagle, Wheaton, Precious Metals, Kirkland Lake, and Royal Gold. Gold and silver has been going down, so this has been going down a little bit too, except for Newmont. They bought someone out. I can't remember who they bought out, and they went up, but everything else. But I think in the long run, I think the miners will be fine. But if you look under the holdings, here's the most weight I have in everything. Realty O Corp, that's my heaviest, with there's $55 in it. Then you got Gain, those are both monthly payers. Then Lowe's, Johnson & Johnson, Kimberly-Clark, Procter & Gamble, 3M, Dutch, Exxon, and American Paint. They're my top holdings. Click on shares, you can see I really don't have full shares in anything except for Ford and Gain right now. And I almost got a full one in GOF and AT&T. As you add more money, though, you'll start to get them, but you still get a fraction of the dividend that they would pay. And if you, I did a pie chart to show what my holdings are. Obviously, I was my biggest with 6%, and then Lowe's, then Johnson & Johnson, and Kimberly-Clark, and Gain, Procter & Gamble, 3M. So if any one stock or a couple of them would completely crash, it's still pretty well diversified for the most part. A lot of these are pretty resistant anyways to bad markets. I mean, everything could go down in a bad market, but the ones that pay dividends usually do better. 3M, like I said, it went down 25% on what I had put in it, and since it was only 4.8% of the portfolio, it really didn't affect the portfolio too much. It would have been devastating if you was only holding like 3 or 4 companies, or even 10. It would have made a much bigger difference. But anyways, that's what I got in here. I am not an expert. I just do this for fun. I'm just a working class guy who likes to buy dividend stocks, so don't take anything I do as an investment advice. It's just what I'm doing, and kind of just doing this to document myself, and you guys can watch the journey. Anyways, thanks guys. Have a good one. Bye.